Hello, happy Monday. Hey, Margaret, how are you? Hope you're doing well. It's a little chilly here tonight. It's not as bad. Temperature wise, it's not bad. It's just, oops, sorry. It's just that it is windy out. Snow is all gone, and it's just windy. So tonight we are going to, hey Nan. I am going to show you an easier way to make a center step card. Um, I know you've seen them before where you have your piece of paper and you have to put your cut lines down your cardstock, excuse me, and score on little sections and score across the whole thing. Well, tonight, our mystery card is a center step card. And we're going to use, and I have Bubble Bath tonight. And the designer series paper I'm using is Flight and Airy. And it's in the mini catalog. So, our sizes for tonight's card is 8 by 5 1/4 and 8 1/2 by 3 1/4. And then for our DSP, we needed 3 by 4, 2 pieces of 5 1/4 by 3/4, and then 2 pieces 1 1/4 by 2 7/8. And a basic white 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. I don't know if I mentioned just have some scrap for your sentiment, but I'm going to use the double oval punch. You know it's my favorite. So I have my matte layer, and then I just have a piece of scrap, either this one or this one, to stamp my sentiment. Hey Dee, how are you? So this should be fairly fun because, like I said, it is different. And as I'm making the card, you're going to keep saying to yourself, but it's not going to fit in a regular size envelope. And it does, believe it or not. So let's take out our 8 by 5 1/4 and our scoreboard. All right. So we're going to take our cardstock and we're going to lay it so the 8-inch is across the top, and we're going to score it at 1 inch, 2 inches, and then again at 5. And I'm sliding on my glass mat. And just so everybody knows, I'll remind you again, don't mind my messy desk, but you can see it's a Stampin' Up! Glass mat. It is what you can get if you sign up to become a demonstrator this month. Or you can choose an additional $30 in product. The glass mat is worth $60, and it comes with this nice little pad that actually adheres to, you can get it to sit and it stays right on your glass mat. And it also comes with, and I don't know if mine's, here it is, a cloth that I have to actually wet and put in a Ziploc bag to clean the glass mat off. So if you're interested in finding out more, just get in touch with me. All right, so 8 by 5 1/4, we scored it at 1, 2, and 5. Okay, so let's set that aside. And if you're ready, you can grab your next piece of 3 1/4 by 8 1/2, And we are going to score this at 4 1/4. Okay. We can put our scoreboard away. And we're going to grab that first piece that we scored. And you're going to score the larger section down. All right. And then coming down to this score line, we're going to fold it up. And then we're going to fold it down. All right. So here is the base to our card. Hey, Kathy. Gray and rainy, 35 above zero. Woohoo! I think it's actually 36 here today. All right, so there is our first piece. Let's take our second piece and we're going to fold that one in half and just burnish our score line, okay? So it lays flat. Now we're going to take this base and we're going to grab the little pieces of the designer series paper that is 2 7/8 by 1 1/4. And we are going to actually, let's see if this is my glue that I forgot to put the cap on. We are going to add some adhesive. And of course, it is clogged because I forgot to put my cap back on. So let's get this cleared out. So I hope everybody's doing good. I've been, well, not as busy as usual. I'm still trying to get my house painted. So we're going to take these and we're going to lay them right on the right-hand side. This is the large section in the center, okay? Here's our two pieces that'll fold up. So we're putting it to the left-hand side, and I'm leaving a little bit of space. Then we're going to take the other one, add our glue. And the glue is good because it gives us a little bit of wiggle room. And we're going to add this to the right-hand side. If you remember on the step cards, when it folds, and I don't think I even have a step card available to show you. Let's see. Ah, yes, here's one. So you'll see on a step card, remember I was saying you cut your cardstock in the center and you fold it down and you have your two pieces, your two thin pieces on the left and on the right. That is what we just created here with these two pieces. All right. Just like that. So now that, let me just get that glue. All right. So now this section right here in the front, we're going to take that 5 1/4 by 3/4 and we're going to adhere that to the front piece. And I must have cut it too long. So let me just check. Let's see what we got here. And I did. That one piece was just too long. And you know what? It shouldn't be. Didn't I cut this at... If you have your trimmer available, I'm just looking and I calculated this wrong, thinking that This was 5.5. It's only 5.25. So this piece, just want to see. Okay, just take your trimmer and cut this down, this one and these two little pieces down to 5 1/8. So I'll give you a minute to get that done. So I will correct that when I create my blog post, okay? I was thinking 5.5 instead of 5 1/4. It's funny how you get so used to measurements, it can throw you off. All right, so we're going to take this 3 1/4 by 5 1/8, and we're going to lay it on this very front piece. I want to make sure it is straight top to bottom. All right, so that's the very front. I know you are too. It'll get better. This too shall pass. She'll start sleeping again. She was a good sleeper. All right, so there is that piece. While we're at it, we're going to take this second piece and our basic white, and we're going to add some glue, and we are going to adhere this to one side. Now I'm just going to lift it up and push it down towards my mat. Make sure it's even. Pull it, push it down so it's flush with all my ends. All right. And we're going to, here's the front of our card. We're just going to flip it up. Let's just trim this down a little bit. Get my scissors here. It's just off by a little hair. And I hear Bill in there singing. I'm going to add a little bit of glue. And we're going to add this to that back section of the card. Just going to scoot it up a little bit. All right, so there's the inside of our card. And here's the front. Now we can grab our second piece, the 3 1/4 by 8.5, and our 3 by 4 designer series paper. All right, we'll work on that. Hey, Polly. Hello from Texas. All right, so like I said, this is our center step card. All right, this is what a center step card everyone knows as a center step. We have our pieces on the side. We scored it at 1, and I'm just going over it so everybody can catch up. 1, 2, and 5 inches. We adhered our 1 1/4 by 2 7/8 inch designer series paper to each side. We cut this down to 5 1/8 instead of 5 1/4. My mistake. 3/4 of an inch wide, and glued it to the front. All right. Now let's pull in our 3 1/4 by 8.5 that we scored at 4 1/4. We're going to grab our 3 by 4 designer series paper, and we are going to add some adhesive, and we're going to add this to the front section. Just making sure it's on here straight. All right. This paper is so pretty. I love it. Aren't the birds pretty? I really do. Although we're not using the birds tonight, but this paper is so very pretty. The little birds. I'm not too keen about that color, but even the blue. It's just a really pretty little set. I actually used it for my Patreon class this month, and the inspirational sketches, and this is what we colored. Here's the flowers in that stamp set, and I don't even know where the stamp set is, but here's the flowers, and here's the mushrooms, and then here's the little bird, and we pencil colored him. So that's what we used it for this month in Patreon. All right, so here's our centerpiece. I'm going to grab some Terran tape, and we are going to, here's the front. We're going to open it up, and we're going to add a strip of Terran tape to the front inside. Let me see, is that what I want to do? Yes, the front inside of this piece that we just worked on. All right, just like that. So we're going to take off this paper, and I'm going to add just a little bit of glue down the center, just so it doesn't stick right away. And we are going to take it where it has the Terran tape, and we are going to center it on the front of this card. So you want to make sure it goes right down to, I'm going to hold it. You want to make sure it goes right down to the edge, and it's centered on the front of your card. Just like that. All right. You see what we did? We just adhered it to this front piece that we added our designer series paper. All right. Thanks, Stu. All right. Now we're going to turn it over. Okay. And looking at this, I'm going to use Terran tape again. And I am going to, you can see where it ends. So I'm going to take some Terran tape. This is the back of the card, is where we put the insert. And we are going to run some Terran tape down the back. And we're going to put one on this side. Okay. I'm going to put one across the center. And I'm also going to come up here. This is the back. All right. The back of this piece on the inside. And we're going to put another piece of Terran tape. Okay, so are you with me so far? Here's our front. Here's the front. We just adhered our 3 1/4 by 8 to our front. We are going to flip it over. Here's our back piece. Okay. We're going to add Terran tape, just the width of this piece, and one across. And then we're going to add Terran tape to the back piece inside. All right. Now we can remove all our tape. I'm going to remove it here. And we're going to close this up So starting at the fold, just fold it over, just like this, lay it down, and come down to the bottom, and it'll come right to the end of your card. So we just want to make sure this, yes, it is the same as this, but instead of cutting these crazy lines and folding it every which way, it is a center step card with just these two pieces. It's just a quick and easy way. And we just want to make sure all these, all right, so there it is, just like that. And it's sliding on the glass mat. So here's their traditional center step card. And here's the one we created tonight. All right, just a little bit different. So now for the front, and I just want to grab a piece of scrap, and let's see, I didn't even pull a sentiment out. So while I'm looking, here we go. Here's the inspirational sketches. It's perfect actually for this designer series paper. And I don't think these sentiments are just a little too big, but that is the set. Let's see what we got here. I'm looking for a tiny little sentiment. Wonder if hello there will fit. This is softly sophisticated. Haven't even used it yet. So let's grab hello there. Of course, it's perfect because we can see through it. And let's grab boho blue. We'll pull the boho blue out of the designer series paper. So let's ink it up. Give it a stamp. Let's grab our punch. Perfect size. Oh, that's crooked. Glad I turned it. I'm going to hate it if they discontinue this punch. All right, so here's my sentiment. I am just going to add a bit of glue. Now, if you use designer series paper that has like a design where you have an open space, you can always stamp your sentiment on your designer series paper. All right. So we have our sentiment. Let's grab some dimensionals. And we're going to pop this up. And I think I'll put it right about there. And I did pull out some ribbon. I didn't have any bubble bath ribbon. This one is a little iridescent and it has a pink in it. So I figured this would be perfect. So we're just gonna tie a quick bow. And I'm just gonna grab the end with this. so I'm not fussing with it. Make sure my tails are straight. And trim them off. Let's grab a glue dot and we'll add this to the front of our card. And I think I'll add it right about here. All right, so there we go. Here is a quick and easy center step card without all the cutting and fussing. All right, and then when you open it up, you can write your message on the inside. Now, if you wanted, you could change the sizes of these pieces in the back, and it's great for scraps. See, we don't have to worry about the inside. You could take this piece and shift it over for a side step card. Same thing, you're just moving it over and the steps will be on the side. All right, so there you go. So that's this week's mystery card. I have to choose a winner. I forgot again. Sunday comes so quick and I just get all messed up with it. So I will pick a random winner for next week. Create this card this week. Post it in the group. And I will pick a random winner at the end of the week and announce it on Monday. Hey, Nancy. Yes, quick and easy. Bows add so much. Yes, they do. Just a little something, right? So I hope you like this. I hope to see what you create, and please post it in our group and I will announce the winner as soon as I get off, and I'll have a blog post with all the measurements tomorrow. Thanks, Kathy. Thank you, Margaret. Can't wait to see what you post. All right, ladies, thanks for joining me tonight. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.